Now on CoastTV News.
Letter to the governor. Dozens of members of Congress want Delaware to block ICE from DMV data. We'll explain what that could mean for your personal information. Dagsboro development on hold. Town leaders postpone a vote on new fees and policies, how community feedback played a role.
The cold that you're about to feel is very, very real.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Delaware DMV data is available to ICE and other federal agencies. Now some Democrats in Congress want to change that. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Christina DeRobertis. Well, CoastTV News obtained a copy of this letter. Members of Congress sent it to Delaware Governor Matt Meyer on November 12th, asking to block Immigration and Customs Enforcement access to DMV data. Telemundo Del Marva and CoastTV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman breaks down what is in that letter, plus who signed it and who didn't.
This is the letter sent to Governor Matt Meyer, signed by 40 members of Congress. According to the letter, other states like New York and Massachusetts have already blocked ICE's access to Division of Motor Vehicles data, and Oregon is in the process of doing so. The letter states this access is possible because for more than 20 years, states have shared DMV information with thousands of law enforcement agencies through a national network called NLETS. That system lets agencies, including ICE, search driver's license and state ID data directly without the state having to approve each request. But the letter says each state has the power to decide what information it shares through NLETS and which agencies are allowed to access it. After talking with the governor's office, they say they are aware of the issue and are working with the DMV to try and find potential remedies. For Jeffrey Vasquez, this is an issue that hits home.
I feel that steps should be taken is that these agencies that they shouldn't get allowed access to that certain type of information.
The letter states that blocking access will improve public safety and prevent potential political misuse of residents' data by the Trump administration while still allowing cooperation on serious criminal matters. Delaware's congressional delegation did not sign the letter, but in a statement to CoastTV News, U.S. Representative Sarah McBride said in part, quote, "I strongly oppose the draconian and dangerous approach to immigration by this administration, and my statements and voting record in Congress have been clear." U.S. Senator Lisa Blunt Rochester said in part, quote, "Delawareans expect their personal information to be protected, and I share that commitment." A spokesman for U.S. Senator Chris Coons said in part the senator, quote, "is committed to upholding Delaware values and the rule of law, including by ensuring that Delawareans' personal data aren't abused to support Trump's mass deportation agenda." The letter was also sent to 19 other Democratic governors. In Georgetown, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
Back in March, Delaware Democrats introduced a bill, House Bill 60, to limit DMV sharing of undocumented drivers' information. The bill would protect personal data like immigration status and social security numbers. It applies to people who have driving privilege cards for undocumented immigrants. That's like the card you see there on your screen. That bill did make it out of committee, but it was not voted on in the state House or Senate. A college has stepped up to bring a major change to healthcare education in Delaware. Thomas Jefferson University of Philadelphia has come to a memorandum of understanding with Delaware to bring the first four-year medical program to the state. The partnership is tied to Governor Matt Meyer's application for $1 billion through the Federal Rural Health Transformation Program that calls for a major overhaul of rural health care in the state.
We need more facilities. There is no way that with all the retired people coming here that the existing facilities are enough to handle all of us.
Now, the governor's office says this agreement or this memorandum of understanding is not set in stone yet. It's still in the early stages. New tonight, a development moratorium remains in place in Dagsboro. Town council members tonight delayed a vote on updated development fees and policies. You might remember last month the town extended a development moratorium for 180 days until those new regulations were ironed out. The council was expected to vote tonight, but they deferred action after receiving some more feedback. Some of that feedback came from Morse Roofing and Siding, the CEO saying proposed fee increases would hurt his business, and he urged the council to reconsider. We will keep following this story too. You can learn more about the moratorium and those proposed fees over on CoastTV.com. Now we're looking live into Lewis, and our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a check on the forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you. And you know what? We're feeling the chill in the air right now as we speak. We're starting to feel old man winter come knocking on our door a little bit ahead of schedule, so it feels like. But we're at 38 degrees currently in Lewis, and we're going to drop even more so. We're going to stay in the 30s, but we're going to have mostly clear skies for the rest of the night. And when you combine that with the winds, that makes for a not so great situation. Doesn't feel all that great. Not warm at all. 28-mile-per-hour wind gust was recorded at for us a little bit earlier in Georgetown. And we had some small craft advisories that were initially indicated for our area. Slaughter Beach, Broadkill Beach, as well as Lewis Beach, still under that concern. That's going to last until about 1 o'clock in the morning. So the winds are dying down. That's helpful. But in a sense, because the timing's overnight, it's going to allow for the temperatures to drop even that more rapidly. Christina?
Thank you, Paul. Well, according to the Ocean City Police Department, scammers are impersonating the police department over the phone, and they're trying to take advantage of you, saying people have an unpaid warrant that needs to be resolved immediately. Ocean City Police posted a warning about this on Facebook, letting people know about the phony phone ruse circulating through town. Police say cons like this happen a lot, and sometimes scammers are so brazen they even use real Ocean City Police Department officers' names to make those calls sound legitimate. People in town are just hoping everyone stays alert.
All it takes is one phone call, and you find some friendly voice and you give them some bit of information, and they've got you.
There's a number of seniors that live in the area, and at least keep it top of mind for them.
And according to the Ocean City Police Department, only one person has transferred money to the scammer so far, but police say they have received a number of reported attempts. This brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We're asking, how do you check for scams? Let's look at the updated results. Most people, still 94%, say they just ignore the unknown calls. 1% call police, 5% Google the number. Nobody's asking their friends, I guess. And you can still vote. Go to CoastTV.com or use our mobile app. Let us know how you check for scams. We have some encouraging news ahead of Thanksgiving. Today, the FAA lifted those shutdown-related flight restrictions. And Erica Byfield was at LaGuardia Airport in Queens to see how things were looking today.
Travelers are seeing green at LaGuardia Airport. Flights mostly on time with the exception of a handful of delays due to the wind. Welcome news to those taking to the sky after the government shutdown forced the FAA to reduce the number of flights nationwide.
The exhale is real. Just that there just seems to be a sense of calm and relief.
Overnight, the FAA administrator informed travelers that things are going back to normal. Things had been slowing down due to a lack of air traffic controllers, causing the feds to proactively slash 6% of flights at the nation's 40 busiest airports. But now that the government is funded again, air traffic controllers are manning those towers again, and flights are taking off and landing.
It's a relief, definitely, because my husband was in Texas 3 weeks ago, and I thought I would never see him again.
The end to the flying issues is coming at a critical time. Thanksgiving is next week. This year, record 81.8 million travelers are expected to head out November 25th through December 1st to spend time with family and friends. 73 million of them will arrive by car, 6 million are expected to fly, and about 2.5 million will get there by bus, train, or on a cruise ship. The worst or most congested times to head out will be Tuesday or Wednesday, and it'll be a challenge to come back Sunday afternoon and evening. Adding to the list of reasons why travelers are glad that federal lawmakers reached a deal.
There shouldn't unless it's weather, but that all could change. Yeah, but hoping for a safe flight and everything will be okay.
We're just getting started tonight. More news coming up, like preparing your home and car for the winter, what experts say you need to be doing in the months ahead. And coming up, Paul Williams is in the Coast TV First Alert Weather Center. He has your full forecast after the break.
I must admit, even for a weatherman, the cold is just uncomfortable for me as well. And I sympathize with you, okay? Because a lot of folks think when it's cold for you, it's not cold for me. It's cold for me as well. I'm just as human as you would be, and just as uncomfortable as these winds are making all of us simultaneously. Now, in Ocean City, 42 degrees, dew point temperature of 22. Winds out of the north, but relatively light thus far. Now, we are expecting for the temperatures to drop into the mid 30s pretty efficiently and quickly, to be quite honest. And the wind chill factor, well, better for me to show you than to just tell you. How's that? So we're at 33 degrees in Redden right now. It's 36 in Milford, 34 right now in Millsboro as well as Dagsboro, but we're already reaching down to 31 degrees, not only in Gumboro and Delmar, but also it's 31 degrees for us right now in Willards. The small craft advisory is still in effect at least until just after midnight, about 1 o'clock for us for Slaughter Beach, Brock Hill Beach, as well as Lewis. Now, lasting a little bit longer, but not by much, to be honest, for the folks at Rehoboth, Dewey Beach, Indian River Inlet, Ocean View. And we still have the active small craft advisory at least till right 1 o'clock for Ocean City down towards Chincoteague. So the winds are dying down. We had one that was a small craft advisory that was active for the Chesapeake Bay. That's been allowed to expire. But here's where we're going to end up tonight with clear skies, 32 in Lewis, for example, but 29 and even 28 degrees in some locations like Greenwood and for Seaford. I mean, it's beyond frosty. It's just flat out uncomfortable, bottom line. Now, remember when I said I'm going to show you rather than just tell you? Here's what it's going to feel like. With the winds dying down now, all right, we're still going to feel like 28 degrees throughout most of the inland areas. For the coast or for the beach communities, we're still going to feel below freezing. So that's bona fide wintry type of a feel in the air. Now for Wednesday, it gets a little bit better. We'll start feeling like 36, 37 degrees. Still in the 30s, still chilly. Our daytime, we're expecting temperatures to climb near 50 degrees, maybe up to 54, places like Chincoteague, well to the south for the majority of us. But generally speaking, the winds are going to be racing out of the west at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. So the 50s are still going to feel like the 40s, if not lower than that throughout the day. You see, this is how we start off. Near freezing or slightly below, clear skies. Then the clouds pick up pretty quickly in the afternoon. That's what all the white stuff is indicating the cloud cover. Then here comes the green, indicating the rain. So by Tuesday night, and it's been a little bit delayed according to the latest run, so Tuesday night going into early Wednesday morning at 5:30 in the morning, we're looking for heavier or steadier showers right around the time when most folks are going to be taking off for work going into Wednesday morning. So the rain has been delayed a little bit more, but we're looking for at least a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch max. Here's a look at your extended forecast. And you notice something? After Tuesday, it stays cloudy on Wednesday and Thursday, and we really won't clear up until after the rain Friday.
All right, thank you, Paul. Well, as winter swiftly approaches, we want to remind our viewers that it's time to winterize. This includes taking the proper steps to protect your home and your car. And Coast TV First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey shows us what experts say you can do to prevent your belongings from freezing up in the colder months.
Herb Jenkins, owner of Fuel Automotive, says it's a good time to winterize your car.
The number one thing that we see is tire pressures dropping. Anytime it's cold, of course, cold air has moisture in it, so it's going to shrink down. Make sure your tires are properly inflated.
Tires aren't the only item to remember.
The cold takes its toll on batteries. Wiper blades are another major thing with snow and all that stuff that we don't like to see coming. Make sure they're in good condition, and then also make sure you have good tread on your tires as well. You want at least 5-30 seconds of tread depth.
For our climate, Jenkins says all-season tires are okay. You can also do a winterizing trick at home.
Grab a bottle of isopropyl alcohol and add that to your windshield washer fluid, and it's going to drop the freezing point with the additional alcohol, because washer fluid is basically methanol, alcohol, and water. You can actually manipulate the freezing point of your windshield washer fluid. Plus, it cleans a little bit better too.
And remember to winterize your home as well. Brian Rush, CEO of Paul Davis Restorations, has some helpful tips.
Start shutting off all your foundation vents is a good place to start. Go around your house, make sure they're all closed. Pipes are going to first freeze typically underneath your home, and then I would start working inside the home secondly.
Make sure your thermostat is set no lower than 55 degrees.
There's too many things that happen even for the health of the home, whether it's pipes freezing, trim expanding, contracting, your floors expanding, contracting, cabinets, drywall, everything inside the home.
Also, open your kitchen cabinets to let the ambient heat from your home keep the pipes from freezing.
I recommend that you keep a slow drip going. It's going to keep the water moving. Anytime you restrict that water and it stands still, it's going to have the ability to go ahead and freeze and then break the pipe. As it expands, it's going to break the pipe, and then typically when it thaws is when we see all the problems that occur.
The good news is there are no big Arctic air masses heading our way anytime soon. But it is important to be prepared this winter season. For Coast TV, I'm Bob Trihey.
And with the cold weather means it's that time of year for the Bless Our Children campaign. Every year, Coast TV works to make the holidays a bit brighter for kids across Delmarva. The money you give, it goes to local charities who buy Christmas presents. And here's how you can support.
It's the time of year when we want to see our children's faces light up with joy in this season of giving.
But you know what? For many families on Delmarva, that's going to be tough to do. That's why Bless Our Children campaign raises money to help make the holidays brighter for local children.
All of the money you donate goes to nonprofit organizations right here on Delmarva, which assist families in need.
You can send your donation in a holiday card, and over the next few weeks, we'll read many of them on the air.
Every penny, every single one you give helps kids right here on Delmarva because WBOC covers all administrative costs.
We're also asking businesses to help bless our children by accepting the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000. As our thank you, we'll list your business name on the Shell Brothers Honor Roll in order of amount given in increments of $1,000.
You can donate by sending a check or money order to the address on your screen, or you can use your credit card online at blessourchildren.org.
On behalf of everyone here,
thank you for helping make the holidays brighter for children on Delmarva.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
Coming up next, a holiday heist. A Virginia farm owner says 10 of his turkeys disappeared right before the big day. Who he's asking for help from now. But first, a temporary closure in Cambridge and what it will take to repair part of the city's boardwalk. Dorchester County is temporarily closing part of the boardwalk near the Mulcus Bridge in Cambridge. The closure will give time to evaluate needed repairs and figure out the costs. Warning signs are going to be posted to keep visitors out of the closed area. Neighbors we spoke with say they're hopeful the boardwalk will be safe and open again soon.
I just think if the repairs are necessary, it's important. It needs to be safe, because I would hate to think somebody will get hurt, but I'm glad to know it's going to be reopened.
And the county says it will provide updates as plans for repairs move forward. Until then, visitors are asked to stay out of the closed section for their safety. In Virginia, a search for stolen turkeys after 10 birds vanished from a small farm just before Thanksgiving. The owner says he'd been raising them since late spring, using them as part of a regenerative operation to prepare his fields and promising fresh Thanksgiving turkeys to family and neighbors.
I loved having them around. A lot of my neighbors, loved to have having them around, and I had promised them, turkeys for Thanksgiving as well. So it was definitely a sad day, not having them.
Cook said he had 10 healthy birds worth around $150 each, which never came back to roost Tuesday night. And he says he contacted animal control and the sheriff's office, hoping someone comes forward. And after Thanksgiving is Black Friday, which used to be the day for bargain hunters, but now with deals and discounts offered even before Halloween, is it worth it to save your shopping until after Thanksgiving? Reporter Linda Baquero has expert advice on holiday deals.
Remember when shoppers would wait hours in line after Thanksgiving dinner, ready to rush through doors for Black Friday deals? The holiday shopping season has started earlier than ever.
I only start my Christmas shopping way at a time, just to get it over with. So I'm actually almost done.
Macy's announcing its Black Friday deals almost 2 weeks early. Target offering its holiday price match guarantee on items that drop between now and Christmas Eve. Vivek Pandya is lead insights analyst with Adobe.
We're seeing consumers comfortable with shopping for a holiday before Halloween, which we didn't always see. We're seeing October spending come in over $88 billion, and that's up over 8% year-on-year growth.
The National Retail Federation expects retail sales this season to grow between 3.7% and 4.2% over last year. That's down just a bit from last year. Discounts not as deep so far.
Last year, we saw them go as deep as 30%, and this season, we're expecting them to go as deep as 28%.
Things that I like to buy are kind of pricey, so yeah, they're killing my pocket.
Adobe says artificial intelligence platforms and tools like Amazon's price history tracker are helping to drive sales.
We're anticipating about a 520% increase in traffic coming from these platforms to retail sites.
Coming up in sports, the former head coach of Penn State football has a new gig in the college ranks. We'll tell you what's next for James Franklin just a month after he was fired. And coming up, early births. A new report shows more U.S. babies are being born too soon, and the gap between races is getting worse.
Here's a look at your golf forecast. I don't know why you go golfing tomorrow morning, but if you did, remember, it's going to be below freezing when the sun comes up.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
Today is World Prematurity Day. An annual report card released today by the March of Dimes gives another bad grade to the U.S. when it comes to maternal and infant health, calling preterm birth rates a crisis in the country. In tonight's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to the organization's chief medical and health officer about why the grade is so low and what needs to happen to change it.
For the fourth consecutive year, the U.S. has earned a grade of D+ for the number of babies born before 37 weeks of pregnancy in a report card released today by the March of Dimes, a maternal health nonprofit.
We absolutely are in a time of crisis. The United States is among the most dangerous high-income countries in the world for giving birth. And whether we're talking about outcomes for mom and baby, they're not where we want them to be.
The report says nearly 380,000 U.S. babies were born too soon in 2024. That's 1 in every 10 births. And racial disparities are getting worse, with the birth rates for babies born early to Black moms 1.5 times higher than for other babies.
That's particularly troublesome because we know that there aren't biological differences among races, and so there aren't biological reasons why babies should be more likely to be born preterm.
The report says there were also racial gaps for maternal health in the U.S. Mothers who are Black, American Indian, Alaska Native, or Pacific Islander die at 2 to 3 times the rate of white moms, and nearly 40,000 have severe complications every year.
How people are treated and experiences like racism and discrimination and really should be an urgent call for all of us to think about how we improve the quality of health and health care in this country.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
On the gridiron, Penn State's former head coach has landed on his feet. James Franklin is set to take the reins at Virginia Tech. The Bucks County native was only out of a job for a month and now writes a new chapter after 12 years in Happy Valley. In 15 seasons leading not only Penn State but also Vanderbilt, Franklin won nearly 130 games, but a 3-3 start earlier this fall ended his time with the Nittany Lions, who, well, had Coach Franklin bring him to the college football playoff semis just last year. Franklin replaces Brent Pry in Blacksburg, his former Penn State assistant, who was also let go earlier this season, went just 16-24 with Virginia Tech. The Change Vista Hokies have made a significant investment, passing a plan to add $230 million to their athletics budget. That means more resources for Franklin, who has strong ties to his new surroundings. The head man recruited the DMV while at Penn State. He was once an assistant at both the University of Maryland and now James Madison as well. Those were a couple former stops for Coach Franklin. With Virginia Tech, the goal is to deliver the first winning season for the Hokies since 2016. Not the first winning season, the first 10-win season. Those are the expectations that Coach Franklin brings to town after he won double-digit games in each of his previous 3 years with Penn State. He'll try to do it with Virginia Tech.
Now here's a live look into Ocean City. We have one more check on your forecast after this.
We're only a couple of degrees above freezing at 34 degrees in Milford with the dew point temperature of 24. And we are expecting temperatures to, stay on the cold side. Small craft advisory will stay activated until 3 o'clock for us for Lewis, Slaughter Beach, going towards Rehoboth. But then we should have it expire down towards Ocean City right around the 1 o'clock hour. Now, overall, we're still looking at it staying pretty quiet overall. Now, Andy Dietz of Milton, congratulations. You're our winner, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Good luck forecast, sponsored by the law office of Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast.
All right, thanks, Paul. And take a look at this. One town in Worcester County already getting into the Christmas spirit. Berlin set up its 14-foot fir Christmas tree this afternoon. It traveled all the way from Garrett County on a Berlin electric truck to the Atlantic Hotel. Now on Thursday, the tree is going to be decorated in lights and oyster shell ornaments that were painted by local schools and community groups. Isn't that nice?
Are we supposed to have Christmas trees before Thanksgiving?
I think so.
You think so? Then what do you have for Thanksgiving? Candy canes. Candy canes for Thanksgiving.
Just do whatever you want. You can put your Christmas tree up now. It's fine.
That works.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us for Coast TV News at 11. You can always find more news on our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon's up next. And we're back tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m.
So have a great night.